Hey everybody, Alex Kazora, SteelersDepot.com, back with some Pittsburgh Steelers recap and analysis of their 16-14 loss to the Baltimore Ravens on Sunday. The Ravens now 9-4, Pittsburgh 5-8. Let's talk about the game. While I and the entire Steelers Depot team really prides ourselves on getting into the nitty gritty and X's and O's and the game behind the game of why teams win and why teams lose, and I'm sure we'll do some of that later in the week, there really isn't anything mystical or magical about the outcome of this game. This Ravens win comes down to really three core components. Pittsburgh's turnovers, three interceptions by Mitch Trubisky, replacing the apparently concussed, or at least in concussion protocol, Kenny Pickett early in this game. 3 picks for Trubisky. Pittsburgh now 0-7 when they turn the ball over at least once this year. They are 5-1 when they do not turn the ball over at all. So that obvious and important trend continues here. Pittsburgh breaks its streak of 4 straight games without a single turnover. Baltimore's rushing attack, 215 on the ground. You knew that Baltimore was going to have some success on the ground. It's their identity. No Lamar Jackson. They would lean on it even more. Tyler Huntley, a mobile quarterback. Their scheme and just the overall tone of their offense was not going to change much, but still 215. Unacceptable. Did not stop the run the entire game, start or finish. Bad run fits. Guys not getting off of blocks. Not a ton of missed tackles, but just simply, free runners the entire game. J.K. Dobbins, a couple of big runs up the middle, 44 yards, sets up his first touchdown of the game. So the final possession, they get that 3rd and 3. Gus Edwards gets past the sticks before ever even being touched, even though it's a run play. The drive before that, they go 7:55 off the clock. They run a 12 or 13 play drive to chew up a lot of clock, primarily through the ground. So that's on everybody. That's not just one guy. That's on the big names: Hayward, Watt, Jack and Bush, and some secondary guys as well. Secondary less of an issue because of some of the lack of missed tackles in this one, but still it's an 11-man job to stop the run. It's 11-man blame when you do not accomplish that mission. So really nothing in the pass game. I mean, the Ravens finished the game with their 3rd-string rookie undrafted free agent quarterback, and they still found a way to win, and that is deeply discouraging. And then, of course, offensively, again, 3 turnovers by Trubisky, 1 in the red zone, 1 red zone fringe at the 23, and then the deep ball to Deontay Johnson. And so those are just a ton of missed opportunities. Pittsburgh, terrible in the red zone in this game. You had the interception, you had the block field goal, and then a field goal from Chris Boswell. But obviously, and you knew it would be a close game against the Ravens. They always are. And so even though if you go back and say one of those plays don't happen, for sure Pittsburgh will win 3 points in a 2-point game. Who knows? But you certainly like your odds. You wish you could have seen that scenario play out, and just not good enough there. Pittsburgh has no margin for error. That's borne out by some of the stats I talked about. Their run game had a bit of success early, but certainly did not finish well, and just did not sustain throughout the game the way that Baltimore obviously did. And so knew it'd be tough. Knew you weren't going to run for $150 on this really best in the NFL Ravens run defense, but didn't get enough overall probably from that unit. Trubisky made plays. I mean, he did throw the ball vertically and led a couple of drives and got this team in position, but could not finish, and could not finish is really one of the more overarching themes of this season when it comes to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Again, I'll stress the stat that in 2020 and 2021, Pittsburgh was the best team in football in one-possession games, going 15-4-1, and I believe they are now 4-5 this year, somewhere right around there. More losses than wins in those scenarios, obviously more than what they've had over the last 2 seasons, and that was my biggest concern for this team coming into this year. Could they finish games? Could they close games out? I was not optimistic, and generally speaking, they have not done a good enough job of that consistently in the fourth quarter. Second half offense, again, pretty pathetic, pretty disappointing overall. And so we'll see what happens. Got Carolina. That's a quote-unquote winnable game. Don't know who the quarterback will be. It'll be Pickett if he's cleared and healthy, but who the heck knows? That's ostensibly 2 concussions for him now. If it's not Pickett, then I'm going to imagine Trubisky still starts despite the 3 picks, but I'm sure it'll be a conversation piece if we get to that place between Trubisky and Mason Rudolph. So those are the thoughts overall. Again, there's a lot more to talk about. I didn't want to touch on every single topic here, but that's what it comes down to. Bad run defense, turnovers, you combine those things, you're not going to win many games. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Appreciate you guys watching. If you could like this video and subscribe to the channel, I'd appreciate it, and we'll talk to you soon.